morning, everybody. We're still in the middle of the holiday week, so things have been a bit quiet. Nevertheless, we will attempt to find one more pair that is a potential tradable item. Today we're going to load a different basket, a basket that we just made yesterday. It's a group of energy products. I'm not sure exactly what specialty inside the energy field it is. The basket was made by a co-worker over here. So let's just take a look, see what we got. Okay, so you can see that there's quite a number of highly correlated products in the basket, but as our norm, we're going to use the RW coefficient as our primary driver. Give it just a second here for the standard deviations to get loaded. So here's a number with a very strong relationship, the correlation to the RW coefficient, and here happens to be a couple of them that are outside the second standard deviation, so both of those seem to be logical choices for us. So let's take a look at this one. We'll go back to the other one if this one doesn't feel right. Okay, so it's been outside the second standard deviation twice earlier, and both times returned profitably to the mean. I think we can see both of those here. It went outside here and came back down, and went outside here and came back up. We're currently down here. So that's all good. The part that's a little bothering is the drift. The drift is how fast the mean is changing naturally. In other words, since our target is the mean, this happens to be a moving target. It's dropping by almost 2.5 cents every day. That's quite a lot. That's much larger, 50 times bigger than the pairs we've recommended the past few days. Nevertheless, we also have here more than $4 of potential profit, actually $5 of potential profit here. So even with the drift down, the first passage time density is suggesting somewhere around 40 days of time that we're going to have to hold this. Do we have time? 40 days from now, earnings, here's the 20th and the 22nd. Yes, so we should have time to get back to here. We don't really have time to hold it to these dates, however. So we'll have to check and see. We'll check with the hitting probabilities in a minute. So overall, even with this drift down, the track record has been good. The correlation and the co-integration numbers are good. The first passage time density fits with the earnings. So overall, I think this is okay. Now, once again, as in the past couple of days, we're not going to trade it today. We're going to put it on the radar to be traded and wait for the trend indicator to reverse. So let's go ahead and make this pair. Okay, so we've added it to our list of things that we watch regularly, and as I mentioned, I'll repeat, the trend is very strongly down right now, which is why it's on our list. But we're not gonna buy this yet, right? So why would we buy it if it's still moving down? We're gonna wait for this trend to end and have at least some indication that it's starting to move back up before we're gonna buy the pair. So the pair in this case is OKE minus 90.98 of TRGP, and what that means is that we're going to be buying when we buy the pair. We're going to buy OKE. We're going to sell however many shares. If we bought 100 shares of OKE, we're going to sell 98 shares of TRGP. So that's going to be the trade, but we're not going to do it today. We're going to watch for it, and we're going to wait over the next few days before we make this trade when this thing actually takes a reverse. Okay. But before we do that, let's go take a look at the hitting probabilities. Okay, so it's currently at -8. What did we say? What did we say that price was? Okay, so the mean is -1.85, and we're talking about it moving. We said it's going to be coming in by 2.5 cents a day, and we're going to be holding it for at least 40 days. So let's go back and let's add at least $1.20 under this, -30. So let's come over here and let's say -$3. And 45 days seems reasonable from where we were. So let's run the simulation. Okay, so just taking a look at the charts, we can see that basically here we're talking about somewhere in that 40-day range. Also, if we're looking at the -3 here, okay, well this one's a little scary. This is not suggesting to us that it's going to be, because here we are at -8. Now -8, I would say, I mean, you can take a look here. We can see that we're more of the curve is on this side than here, but it doesn't show us getting to -3 in 45 days very often. Now, is there enough profit in there for us to do this? Yeah, probably so. But we might have to change our stop to perhaps -5, and -5 seems more reasonable. But in fact, let's just go ahead and put this in here. Okay, so at -5, it's suggesting 24 days. Let's see how 50% of the time. Okay, at -5, 50% of the time we'll hit it in 40 days or less. That seems more reasonable. So rather than the -3 target, which is the mean, we're going to put a target of -5 on this trade. Okay, so it's a little different. But based on the first passage time density results, -5 seems more reasonable as a target. Okay, if you have any questions, give us a call. Otherwise, good trading.